Right. West African leaders are gathering in Sierra Leone for the ECOWAS Mid-Year Statutory Meetings. This is a key moment for the region as heads of state, ministers, and senior officials come together to review progress and set priorities. The meetings will culminate in the 69th Ordinary Session of the Authority of Heads of State and Government, where critical decisions are expected on issues ranging from peace and security to economic integration, trade, and democratic governance. To help us understand what's at stake, what outcomes to watch out for, we're joined by Lassané Ouedraogo, who's a legal researcher at the University of Pretoria and ECOWAS analyst. A very good evening to you. Welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Good evening. Happy to be here with you. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I mean, this is being billed as one of ECOWAS's most important meetings in years. What makes this summit any different from previous ones?
This summit is very different from the previous one for, let's say, several reasons. It comes at a critical moment in the ECOWAS history. ECOWAS is facing a multiple challenges, including the security issues within the region, democratic issues, economic pressure, and also the departure of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger from the bloc. I think this summit is not an ordinary one. It's going to be a summit where ECOWAS has to face those challenges and take, let's say, bold decisions about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what are the key issues which are likely to dominate discussions at the summit as you speak about some of those bold decisions which are much needed?
Let's say the first one is the security.
Hmm.
Peace and security is the major challenge in West Africa right now, with the terrorism that we have been seeing in this Sahel region
Mm.
in Mali, Burkina, and Niger, and also the Lake Chad and the Boko Haram insurgency in Nigeria. And yeah, this is one of the most important issue where ECOWAS has to give a strong decision.
Mm.
Another element is the democratic issues and political stability, as we have witnessing coups in West Africa,
Yeah.
not only a military coup, but what we call constitutional coups spreading in West Africa, and how the bloc is going to respond
Yeah.
to that.
As you talk about the bloc's response, we know that ECOWAS has been under immense pressure following, you touched a little bit on this, the withdrawal of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. How much does that shape the bloc's influence and negotiating power?
Um, let's see. The departure itself has challenged ECOWAS as an institution for the sake of inclusivity, and also the reality is that this mean like reduce the bargaining power of ECOWAS to some extent,
Mm.
but it doesn't really change much, because also as long as the departing states needs ECOWAS, ECOWAS is also needs them in when it's come to security, when it's come to democracy.
Mm.
They have depart from ECOWAS, they didn't depart from West Africa, how we
Yes.
see, yeah.
So,
Mm.
so, so with economic integration, which has always essentially been at the heart of ECOWAS, yet intra-Africa trade remains relatively low. What's preventing the region from fully unlocking the benefits of what is essentially a common market?
I for me, what is retaining the region is the political will, because
Mm.
the legal infrastructure is there, the mechanism are there. For me, what is really missing is the political will of the leaders to implement those frameworks. For instance, in this summit, one of the key thematic is going to for the state is going to be how are they going to implement the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, which we have seen that had been been adopted in 2019 and being implemented across the continent. But ECOWAS as a bloc must provide how it's going to implement it and how it's going to make sure that trade is moving, intra-trade is moving within the region.
Yes, yeah, complementing rather than duplicating will be highly imperative in that space. Now, young people, I mean, across the continent, across West Africa, also continue to face high unemployment and rising costs of living. Will ordinary citizens notice any tangible outcomes from the summit, or, you know, are these discussions perhaps on a higher level, on a political level?
Um, uh, I think the issue you are raising speaks to almost all the regional integration organizations in Africa. Um, you are facing unemployment in West Africa, and unfortunately, ECOWAS response remains like within its body. That's where a strong reform is much more needed for the citizens to see how the bloc is reacting to their daily challenges that you've highlighted. But it could be building infrastructure, uh, transport corridors, energy integration, and I think those are key sector ECOWAS must put an effort on it in order for the citizen to have the benefit of being part of of a regional trading bloc.
Yeah, when we started our conversation, you spoke about peace and security being highly important, especially looking at some of the big talking points that should take place. And migration and cross border movement are central, of course, to ECOWAS's identity. Are security concerns beginning, do you think at all, to undermine one of the bloc's biggest achievements, which was the free movement of people and goods?
Um, yes, security issues is really undermining the trade corridors in West Africa. For instance, we know that trade goods were moving from Nigeria to Niger. With the security regions, is very hard for those in the logistics sector to move their goods into Niger. Also, we have been seeing how Mali is struggling to have good from Senegal, and among ECOWAS, the remaining 12 states themselves, we have been also witnessing such kind of challenges. And yeah, security is at the heart of the discussion, and ECOWAS must really improve its framework. I'm aware that there is a discussion for ECOWAS to use its standby force in order to fight against the terrorist insurgency that is happening in West Africa.
And perhaps very quickly before we let you go, what do you think, are the decisions from the 69th summit that one should be watching very closely for?
Ultimately, this summit will also see changes in the leadership of ECOWAS. As you are aware, yeah, Senegal has been like advocating for its citizen, one of its citizens, General Biram Diop, to become the president of the ECOWAS Commission, and also Bassirou Diomaye Faye also is looking forward to become the new chairperson of the ECOWAS head of state, and particularly to tackle the issue of the fragmentation and also the security region in West Africa. We are about to see leadership change in ECOWAS throughout the 69th summit.
Very well. Thank you so much for speaking to us, and unpacking that for us is Lassané Ouedraogo, who's legal researcher at the University of Pretoria and ECOWAS analyst.